more famous people and buildings. We're passing St. Hugh's College, where Theresa May and Aung San Suu Kyi studied. I like Theresa May, as she always talked about Brexit. I thought she was saying breakfast means breakfast, as I got the words muddled up. I would rush downstairs to look at my bowl, all excited, and it was always a false alarm. Now we're heading down Woodstock Road towards town. The guide is blahing on about Colin Dexter's last bus to Woodstock and about Iris Murdoch, philosopher and novelist, being a fellow of St. Anne's. Perhaps Iris's novels never got published, as I have never heard of her. Now we're passing the Radcliffe Observatory Quarter. I wonder why it wasn't called the Radcliffean, to go with the Sheldonian, the Bodleian, the Ashmolean, and the Taylorian. I ask these questions as I want to be famous too. If I change my name to Simeon to fit in better with all these Ians, it will make me sound like a monkey. Who wants to go down in history sounding like a monkey? So what will my monument be called? Maybe the Simonian, or perhaps better follow the Bodleian lead and go for the Simeon. Hooray! We're at Somerville! Shrewsbury College in Dorothy L. Sayers' Gaudy Night, and the college where Mrs. Thatcher the Iron Lady and Indira Gandhi studied. And here's the Oxford Oratory, the Church of St. Aloysius, where Gerard Manley Hopkins was once a curate. I wonder why a church is called after a bear. I like Gerard's poems. I wish he'd written about a cat, as he has a way with sounds. Maybe there's a hidden work buried under floorboards somewhere, which explores a feline inscape on the fauna landscape. Perhaps it will also explore the secret hold we exert on those people we own, who somehow think they own us. The bus passes it quickly. And now we're entering one of Europe's fine avenues, said the tour guide. Oh yes, it is very fine. Look at all these trees. And it's so wide. I wish I were a Janus cat, so I could look in both directions at once. There's St. John's on the left. My friend Larissa from Singapore was at St. John's as a postgrad student. It's huge, it just goes on and on. I gave Larissa an audience in my castle, and since then she's told others about me in Singapore. I wonder if I should plan a replica Simeon in Singapore. The Great Simeon of Singapore has a euphoric ring. I'll ask Larissa if she could arrange a possible site for the Singapore Simeon. Perhaps outside Raffles Hotel or the International Terminal at Shanghai Airport. I'm in a brief reverie during a traffic queue. It's an important reverie for my East Asia profile. All of a sudden, we're moving again. Now the guide is turning our eyes to the right. And to the right is the Eagle and Child, where the Inklings group met, and the Oxfam bookshop, and St. Cross, Pusey House, and Blackfriars. Then all of a sudden there's a huge building with 4 tall columns and statues at the top. I wonder who they are. They're so high up that they could see London most likely. I wonder why they're there, or how they got there. Would anyone know? Or is it a mystery? I'll call them the Mystery Four. I'd love to climb that monument ahead of us, but perhaps I'm a bit too old now. It's to remember the 3 brave Oxford martyrs called Archbishop Cranmer, Bishop Latimer, and Bishop Ridley, who were tried in the university church. I know that because I helped Julia to write a walking tour about them. Queen Mary was very cruel. She lived in real life, not in a story. Under her reign, 288 people in England were burned to death for believing the Bible, and some of them were just children.